so this is my 28-week pregnancy update. It's been a busy week this week. I think Monday was the only day that was reasonably quiet so far. Tuesday I had my glucose tolerance test at the hospital, so we were up nice and early, got to the hospital for about 20 to 9 I think we got there. My appointment wasn't until 9 o'clock, but we got there a little bit earlier for parking. I went in, had my first bloods drawn, and also I had my 28-week bloods taken at the same time, so I didn't have to have extra blood tests or extra blood taken. So I did that, drank a cup of Lucozade because that's what they give you here in the UK. They give you original Lucozade, and it's a cup, probably, if I'm honest, it's probably the same cup size roughly as this. And they give you 10 minutes to drink it, and then they time 2 hours from the time that you finish your drink, and you basically just have to go and sit and wait. So that was probably the worst part of that whole appointment, was just the waiting. Sorry, I'm really sniffly, but I think I'm coming down with a cold, which is not good. The worst part was definitely the waiting, but luckily Liam and I both had books, and it didn't actually seem to be that long. It kind of just, by the end of it, we were both ready to just up and go. So after the 2 hours, I went and had my second bloods drawn. So I had needles in both my arms because she took the first one from one arm and then the second one from the other arm. And that was it. Off I went, and that was pretty much that done. It really wasn't much. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't awful, but I think the worst part was definitely the waiting. So I'm still waiting to hear results back from that. I don't know whether they're going to ring me with the results, or whether I'm going to get them in the post, or whether my midwife will contact me. I'm not sure. So I'm waiting to hear some kind of results from that. And yeah, that was pretty much all that happened on Tuesday, I think. We then went out and got lunch because I was really hungry by the end of that. I did actually take a banana with me because I figured that if I didn't eat driving after not eating for 12 hours, when, you know, normally I get up and have breakfast, would probably not be a good idea. So before I got back in the car, I ate my banana and I was quite happy. And then we went and had lunch. So Liam had Tuesday off, and that was pretty much that. Wednesday, so yesterday, I'm filming this on Thursday, so yesterday we were meant to have our roof fixed because we have a massive leak in our roof and it is causing damp and mould in our bedroom, which is why I think I've got the sniffles, because it's really not making me feel good. But he didn't turn up, so there was a bit of a wasted day. We waited in all day and he didn't turn up. And then today, Thursday, I had my whooping cough vaccine, which could be another reason why I'm feeling a little bit run down. I read a lot of documentation and stuff about the vaccine before I decided to have it, and I decided that I was definitely going to have it because I'd rather have the vaccine myself than risk our newborn baby getting whooping cough, because obviously that is something that is not very good for them and I really wouldn't want to risk it. So I went and had that done today. My arm is a little bit sore just where she injected, but apart from that I'm feeling okay. I have just had a bit of a nap. I didn't really sleep, I kind of just lay on the bed. But apart from that, I'm feeling good. I have read that there isn't really any side effects from it and stuff, but it just could be the fact that I'm just tired. So that's been the other thing this week, really. I have been incredibly tired still. I'd say less so than last week and the week before. It's definitely less so. I'm still tired, like more tired than I would say is normal, but I don't know whether that's just because I've never been pregnant before. I don't know what to expect. So to me, it's just unusually weird that I'm tired. But also I've been making an effort to take the dog for longer walks and stuff like that as well. So it could just be like all the things that I'm doing at the minute all accumulating to make me more tired, which I'm not realising until it hits me and I'm like, whoa, I'm really tired, I'm going to go lie down. And then after I've laid down, I don't want to do anything. So once I hit tired, I don't do anything for the rest of the day. But I have just had a bit of a lie down today. But apart from that, this week's been pretty good. Scout has definitely still been living in my pelvis. I felt a little bit crampy still this week. I think it's down to him being so low because his kicks have literally been right where my pubic bone is, right on my hip bones. Like, there's very rarely been kicks up high, and I think that's why I've been feeling a little bit crampy, because obviously he's growing. It's a good, you know, this is the time where he's going to be growing and getting much bigger and putting on some weight and getting chunky, and obviously if he's still way down low then I'm going to feel it. So I'm not too worried about that. I haven't had any other symptoms to go along with the cramping. It has just literally been a little bit uncomfortable more than anything. Just a niggly, uncomfortable, growing pain kind of feeling. So I'm not too worried about that. Heartburn this week hasn't been so much of an issue, which I am thankful for yet again. It hasn't been much of an issue this week. Every so often I'll wake up in the middle of the night and have to take 2 Rennies, but apart from that I really haven't had to bother with, you know, massive amounts of Gaviscon or anything this week, so thank goodness for that. Heartburn this week has been pretty good. Movements wise, Scout has been, I think he's getting into a bit of a routine now with his movements. I'd say a couple of weeks ago his movements were way more sporadic. They were more noticeable in a way because I think I was getting, like, I was just starting to really feel him move, so I was noticing it a lot more. But I think now I'm used to the feeling of him moving and like kicks and stuff. I'm not noticing them half as much as I thought I would. He's definitely still moving a lot. He's definitely still kicking quite a bit. So I'm not worried about his movement decreasing, but he's definitely getting into a pattern where he will be very quiet during the day whilst I'm active, and then as soon as I lie down at night he'll kick away or he'll wriggle, or at times he's had either his head or his bum has he's really pushed it out of my belly, and like one side of my stomach's just sort of risen, and that's really odd. I wish I knew what it was. I think it's his bum, I'm not sure. But the way the kicks and stuff are, I think it's his bum. But yeah, today he's been quite quiet, but I have been quite active today. I've been really busy, so I'm not too worried. Like I said, I'm not worried about his movement decreasing because he's definitely still moving a lot, and I'm still getting my 10 kick counts. I've been doing that for the past sort of 4 or 5 days because I started to think, well, I'm not noticing him move as much. And I really think that's down to the fact that I'm getting used to that feeling of him moving. So when I am busy, I'm not noticing it, if that makes sense. So when I have been able to lie down or relax, I have been doing a sort of a kick count, and I am still getting 10 kicks in like maximum of 20 minutes. I'll get like 10 big movements. So, you know, he'll have a massive moment. As soon as I relax, he has a mad half an hour. He moves about, he wriggles, he kicks, and then he'll just settle back into his comfy spot and he'll go back to sleep. So I'm still definitely getting a good amount of movement from him as well. One other thing I have done this week is invested in a notebook, which I'm using as a diary, because I could not find a diary anywhere, absolutely anywhere. Not W.H. Smith's, not like the works, nowhere had diaries in. So I picked up a notepad and I thought, screw it, I'm just going to do it myself and make this into a diary. And it's actually really handy because it's got a little pocket in the back as well, because my memory has become shocking. It's awful. I keep forgetting about things, and then I don't remember what times I'm meant to do something, or I have an appointment and I'm like, is it this time or is it tomorrow, or I just can't physically remember. So everything is written down in this bad boy now. All of my baby appointments, all of anything, blog posts, video ideas, everything is written down in here. So yeah, all of my appointments are now made up until 32 weeks. So I'm 28 weeks this week. I'll be 29 on Sunday, and then I have all my appointments planned, unless my midwife needs to see me for any reason, because of my blood tests and stuff. I have all of my appointments sorted up until the 32-week scan, which is really crazy to think that that's only 4 weeks away, but I cannot wait for it to come. I'm absolutely dying to see my little boy again. I could not imagine how it must feel for the people who don't get another scan. Some people I think even in the UK some people only get the 12-week and then the 20-week scan, and then on the NHS you don't get any others. But luckily in my area they do a growth scan at 32 weeks, and I couldn't imagine not seeing my baby again after 20 weeks, because 20 weeks of waiting just seems like utter craziness for me. And even from like 21 weeks when we had our last scan to now, I'm literally like biting at the bit to I just want to see him. I just want to see his little face, and I just want to know that he's okay. I'm getting to that point where I'm getting a little bit, not worried in a sense, I guess I'm just feeling anxious, and I just want to know that he's growing good and that everything is going well and that his heart is still good and that he's developing, and I just really want to know. So these next 4 weeks cannot come any quicker. I just want to get everything done and out of the way so I can have my scan at 32 weeks and know that he is healthy. And that is pretty much it for this week's update. I really don't have anything else to update you guys on. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit out of it. I'm a little bit all over the place. Today's been weirdly busy, I guess you could say, because I had my appointment and then we went for lunch and then I took the dog for a walk. And then after that I was going to do this video, but then I got a little bit tired, so I thought I'm going to go lie down for 10 minutes, which turned into an hour and a half. So I'm kind of like, where's my day gone and what's happening? So sorry if I've been a bit off, I guess, in this video. I haven't meant to be, but it's just one of those days where my brain isn't working and I can't really fathom the day. It's just one of those days where I'm like, do you know what? Today's been good, but let me have my bed. I want to get in my bed and I could sleep, and yeah, that would be good. So I'm going to show you the belly. I feel like my belly doesn't look like it's getting much bigger because of the fact that he's so low. I even, at lunch today, I was sitting forward and you couldn't even tell I was pregnant because of the way I was sitting, and someone, the lady who was doing our food for us, came over and apologised for it being late, and she asked if we wanted an extra drink, and I said, no, I'm okay, thank you, I'm pregnant, so if I have another one I'll explode. And she just went, oh, sorry, I didn't realise, because you can't see my belly when I'm leaning forward. So I'm going to show you the tum, and then I'm going to head off and leave you guys for the rest of your Friday. Okay, so there's the bump. See if we can do this. There you go. That's the bump for 28 weeks. You see a little bit better now. He's definitely growing. I just don't feel like my belly's showing as much. So I think another thing with the belly is the fact that I'm used to it now. I'm used to having a tum, and I guess I see it every day. It's part of me, and I don't see the I don't notice the change. So the cat is currently trying to get into a plastic bag behind me. Yeah, I don't notice the change in my own body, as just like you wouldn't if you were losing weight. You wouldn't necessarily see that change straight away, but other people would. So I guess I just don't notice it as much. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Again, I'm sorry I've been a bit all cuckoo and all over the place. So now I have all my appointments sorted out, and I know what days I'm busy, and I know my schedule for that kind of stuff. I'm going to be really tackling these videos that I want to get done. I want to do my hospital bag and my baby bag and stuff video. The nursery's not quite finished yet. We've still got to get a picture up in there and sort the bedding out, but apart from that, it's getting there. But I'm going to do a few more videos. You won't just be getting pregnancy updates in the next few weeks, you'll be getting some other stuff as well. So stay tuned for that, and yeah, please subscribe if you are new. I do Family Friday videos every Friday, and beauty slash fashion slash hair general kind of videos on Tuesdays and Sundays. Like I said, my brain's not working. So I will see you guys on Sunday. Hope you have a really good weekend. Bye guys.